We're not playing, bro. Like, chill, bro. Relax, man. Listen. All right, let me get this read on, man. Fuck it. Okay? I'm glad I ain't going. God, Joe, what's going on? Herbo, what's going on, beloved? Scott, what's cracking? Like the hill? Tribe on tribe, what's going on? All right, get a little read in. I was upstairs getting my dirty clothes put down here. Wash. Need a full load. Actually, I got like 3, but linen and stuff like that. But clothes, I had to. Because in my jeans, I wear my jeans. I wear my jeans all week. Like, I won't wear them straight through the week, but I'll wear my jeans like 5 or 6 times before I wash them. I grew up like that. Mom used to be like, why you going to wash them Levi's and them Wranglers? Put them in the dirty clothes. Boy, you better take them and fold them up. Come to find out, that's stowaway. She's like, you don't need all that stuff on your skin. Put them Wranglers. Let me look at them. She look at them. Why ain't nothing wrong with them Wranglers? Fold them up. Put them in. Hang them up. You know, fold them. Hang them up. And I've always done that. I mean, Montine used to be like, too much washing, you get rid of vital things. Never knew what she meant. Well, I do now. Okay. Mama Tina was in her 60s. Mama was in her 40s when she took me and my brothers on and raised us. She was a nurse at that time, but she started out as a candy striper. I believe during Vietnam period, no, World War II. And in Vietnam, she was a full-on nurse. And she worked in the title of a nurse up until 82 years old. And she lived significantly about another 12 to 14 years. About 96. She should have lived beyond that. But by that time, you know, the food was perverted. She was going out a lot, eating garbage. To which I used to tell her, stop going out, Mama. I'll come and cook. You know how to cook. She's like, but I don't have my garden and the food ain't the same, blah, blah, blah. Now, this message before I read is to the police out there. I'm going to tell you what them idiots around you, your so-called leaders, the idiots, they'll all find out the hard way. Every time you kill somebody, every time you do something unjust, just because it may have happened in the past, and it's qualified between a fake-ass system of the law and everything else, and you have become perverse in it, you will not like where you're going. Oh, fuck the made-up hell they created. That ain't shit. That's kind of a light walk. Some people actually want to go there. That's how stupid they are. That place can be created too. But don't listen to me. Can't none of these motherfuckers tell you. So keep doing what you're doing. Making me proud. I love watermelon. Oh my goodness. It's like one of the best things. Other than pineapple. Oh damn, that's a black seed. I know people who like that. I got plenty. Heirloom and all that. And you dumb brothers and sisters out there running drugs. I think some man recently was in a police custody and like $90 worth. I think he swallowed his cocaine. And he tried to be tough and sitting up there in the front car with his handcuff. And he had a heart attack. Now, the police didn't move in urgency like if it was one of theirs. But that negates their responsibility and shows that 6 months of training could be valuable. And then the 1 or 2 years, depending on how long the police academy is, 1 year, supposedly, could be viable depending on what you're taught. But y'all are taught a whole lot of coward shit. Defend your brother and sister, that should be automatic. It don't take that long in boot camp to teach people to defend. And y'all should know that for you veterans that went in there. But not all you motherfuckers ain't all that good either. Like a bunch of us. But anywho, to be able to respond to another life form, sentient, regardless of what has happened. I look at that Peckerwood shooting the shotgun, hitting the cop. The 2 cops ran off like little fairies. Then they had to SWAT to come in there, and he surrendered live. And that wasn't no cap. That was, I believe, in Florida. It boggles my mind that you like to beat up people that ain't got no weapon. So it means that some of y'all believe in your fake analogy of what a Spartan is. Well, it's none of you Peckerwoods. And you goofy niggas who want to belong to these little signified monkey groups, neither you. And it doesn't matter if you want to be hypnotized and not to have emotions or feelings, they're always going to be there, subsurface. And because you get allowed to kill and selected, so that way you feel safe in your perversion, and some of you get to see some things nobody else do. Still doesn't stop where the fuck you going. And I know there are those who walk tall I earned it. That won't mean shit when you get there. Just a little be informative to you. A lot of them motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. Well, they're going somewhere, but that's a whole different department. But where you motherfuckers is going, you know, there's no, can I go back? Can I do it again? Can I? No. So eat your little motherfucking words now and do what it is you want to do and enjoy it. With your goofy ass selves. Yeah, here we go. Oh, man, this is going to be a nice one. This is going to be a good read, guys. That was just for them. You know what? I wouldn't mind reading that again to y'all. See if you only get something different this time. That was definitely good. Well, anyway, we're on chapter 16, Land of the Clones. I was actually going to read two more to you because we're going to read 3 of the books. I got to run out, get a watermelon. Hopefully they got a big seeded one because they were down to 3, and they were selling for $2. And I was like, nigga, I'll come back when you got some big ones, and check the mail, and then I'll come back and we'll read the other 2, and we'll read 100 Years of Lynching first, the other 2, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get into Atlantis, okay? But I was going to read 2 others because I'm really short. Excuse me. And I figured y'all appreciate that like that. Why has I never... Okay. Hey, Roy, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? What's happening? Nothing but love and respect, y'all. Nothing but love. Okay. Chapter 16. This is the Terra Infinita, extraterrestrial world, and their civilizations. And the story told by the woman who was born in the lands behind the ice walls. Nos confounded means no confusion. And this is by Claudio Nocelli. Okay. Most of his stuff is in Espanol. Okay. Like I said, if you send a message, send it in Spanish. I don't care if you got to sit there and listen to. If you're gonna send it, like I send voice, so I speak the Spanish that I need to say to him, and otherwise, if I write in English, he don't respond. So, okay. This is indeed okay. This is chapter 16, Land of Clones. So this is Second Earth, Land of Clones. Second Earth, mind you. This is indeed a very strange Earth. It was created as a totally experimental first Mars Earth, although it was not used for a long time until they transferred the idea to the Mars Earth. The first to penetrate the circle environment were the Anunnaki, finding only life in a very early stage of development. It was immediately used to transport some of the then dominant races to create an experimental site for conflict resolution and inter-race development. But this did not prosper and it was almost destroyed. Then it was used as cloning lands to save lives of important leaders of the different races. And for that reason, it has that characteristic name. There was an escape of beings that were used for cloning that had to be chased in order not to generate great commotion in the different worlds. This also happened with human beings who were used for cloning, who escaped from there. These beings were robotic and lacked any feeling or empathy. No doubt all this was another aberration of the parasites. Now this experimental land today is completely abandoned. They are one of the many forgotten lands that someday maybe someone can reuse. Now the Palladians also have these lands in view to make a massive relocation, but the truth is that it is not known what can be found there, since the large laboratories were abandoned overnight. Now, what does it look like? I meant to bring my map down. I actually have a bigger one of each one of them. Cost a little penny. When you look at them, it brings into question a lot of things for those who wonder. And as y'all do know today, cloning is actually a real thing. And then next chapter, we'll get into the reptilians. Y'all might like that one. Let's hit a little George Jones up. Original History of Ancient America by Elderon Classic. All right. 1843, 1839 by 1843. Okay. Really good reading. Now, the Temple of Solomon, upon the authority of the Bible, was a Tyrian architecture. For the Israelite, we repeat it, okay, had no knowledge of the arts at that time. That's what they say, as far as the terminology. And as you know, now know, just from reading what we'll be reading later, okay, as far as Atlantia, you now know that the true Semitic people were not the people who are claiming to be Semitic today, not in any shape, fashion, or form. These people are walking aberrations. The Ashkenaz, I don't even believe, are from here. That's just me. Well, it doesn't mean that they're not like us and have compassion and hate and all that other dumb shit. They're just not from here. The Temple of Solomon, upon the authority of the Bible, was a Tyrian architecture. For the Israelites, we repeat it, had no knowledge of the arts of that at that time. Built and adorned by the Tyrians, the same architecture is found in the ruins of ancient America, and consequently Tyrian. While the substructure being a port, you might allude to the fact, okay, if they had no knowledge of art and all that, these people are part of the, remember, even though they're writing in a lot of truths, they're also part of the problem. A lot of times when you pick a book up, read it, share the information, but be able to expand on some things. That's why it's good to research some of these individuals. That's why I'm very poised when I mention the names of the individuals, whether it be Stephens or whoever in this book, okay? While the substructure, America, and consequently Tyrian. Now, while the substructure being a portion of a pyramid justly authorizes, we submit, the new term of Egypto-Tyrian, we cannot dismiss the interesting discovery of an analogy between the architecture of the temples of Jerusalem, Palenque, and Copan. I mean, who we think Hiram was, right? And his son. Thus proving the two latter to be Tyrian. Without the remark that if no other similitude could be found in this volume in order to identify the Mexican Aborigines as Tyrians, so they are not the ones you perceive today. Well, not the majority. We think that the analogy of the temples alone would satisfy the reader upon the point, as also that this history has not been written without that due regard to testimony and undeniable evidence. Now, demanded by the importance of the subject, and which, being novel and surprising, requires more than usual proof to convince the mind that it is analyzing a proposition of truth and not one of sophistry. That means sophisticated bullshit. Now, the ignorance of the Israelites in reference to the practical arts will be enlarged upon the next volume. Listen to this. While these pages devoted to the analogies are passing through the press, Mr. Stephens has published his second visit to Yucatan. Upon an investigation of the engravings of the volume, we find nothing to change any portion of this history. But on the contrary, as we predicted in this volume, and we can go back to see notes to page 120, which is a little ways back. I might run over there and have a look, have a gander. The additional ruins and cities discovered actually support our conclusions and confirm, consequently, this Tyrian era. Now, this is especially visible in the ruins of Labna, which are directly in analogy with those of Uxmal, and we feel some pleasure that our artistical prediction has been literally fulfilled. Otherwise, it might have injured a portion of the present work, yet so slight as not to have interfered with the principle of history. The time of the erection, for example, the temples in Yucatan, as far as example, therefore still remains unchanged in the order in which ventured to place them. And it says we ventured to place them. I wanted to leave that out and see if you might have gathered who placed what. Well, order in which we placed them. okay, ventured to place them. So that expresses a lot. That they were built after the temples of Copan, Ocosingo, and Palenque, and etc. Up to this time, May 1843, there have been discovered in Central America 26 ancient cities, ruins, and temples. Yet, with these additional witnesses against him, against Mr. Stephens, that parasitic piece of excrement, the preserving trailer still clings to the belief that all the Aborigines of the entire continent were one people, and that they sprung up like the plants, indigenous to that land, and no other. We have proved the fallacy of these propositions in our first pages, and in the chapter devoted to his artistical refudiations. Now, let me go back over here and see what they're talking about as far as notes. I know what they're talking about, but okay. Restoration of the remains of upon the preceding principle of the convenience of references, we have produced the following, and we predict should any other cities or ruins be discovered in Yucatan, they will possess the same general characteristics and consequently will not injure this history, but will rather tend to support it or elevate it. Restoration of the Temple of Uxmal, Yucatan, as far as we visit in the ladder. First terrace, 640, it's all dimensions. Remember when we went to 640 feet, 620 and all that stuff? Giving you the size of a couple of these, and it went on for about 5-6 pages. Hence the notes, it begins. All right? So we're not going to read all that again. Okay? Okay. Now, having stopped the press to insert these remarks upon Mr. Stephens' second visit to Yucatan, we cannot refrain from offering a few observations upon a paragraph by one of the most learned and accomplished reviewers of the present day, and one who has the distinguished honor of having first brought the ruins of ancient America to the general notice of Europe, as if they didn't know. Okay? Through the medium of his talented periodical and review.
Jason Knight is 5.
That's my brother, a servant in the military. You heard it, Jason Knight. Anyway, most learned and accomplished reviewers of the present day, and one who has the distinguished honor of having first brought the ruins of ancient America to the general notice of Europe, through the medium of his talented periodical, in reviewing Mr. Stephens' volumes upon incidents of travel in Yucatan. The editor writes as follows: the difference in declension between Central and North America offers a problem worthy of philosophical consideration. In the former case, the Mexican Indian, notwithstanding massacres of merciless atrocity, has been allowed to remain, albeit scattered on the soil of his ancestors, and to enter into combination, marriage, for example, whence another race of mankind has sprung. In the latter, the northern, the white invader Anglo-Saxon has chased him from his native possessions and driven him to limits where utter extermination seems to be his doom. North. And now the comparison could hardly be made without indicating a conclusion highly favorable to the ironclad Spaniards of what we choose to call an ignorant and a barbarous age, 1520. And against the more modern offspring of the 1620, you see that the change has been ongoing, of our country and enlightened times. Now, though the thirst of gold was the same in both instances, it does appear, and it is melancholy to reflect upon it, that something of nobler impulses belong to the elder, or Spanishers. Okay, well, the Spanish areas, excuse me, because that's not who was there. We have quoted the entire paragraph to which attention is desired, and shall now review the several parts, and trust in a few remarks to remove the unintentional stain upon the Anglo-Saxon race, which the above extract has placed upon them. as also affording an additional opportunity of supporting our previous assertions that the Aborigines were two distinct people. And as I said, let me highlight this right quick. As I stated many times before, when you read me, watch me read the latter, okay? Stop. We'll go to the next part tomorrow. What I was alluding to, the Mongol and the Mongol stolen identities, but you can regard them as being the two people that you see playing us all over the theater. South America and even North America, you have people who look like us, who seem to be of a Spanish heritage. Not necessarily they are, because they're not. When you look at the phenotype of, we're going to use Kiramil because some of y'all are familiar with seeing him. That's one I came for. And just as I stated to you, they have it, and I've seen the documents where we have an albino group of so-called Aborigines, but we also have the pale Aborigines who mingle betwixt us, who were being born every year from melanated men and women. Subsequently, why some could identify as white in this fictional crayon characteristic made up around the 17 and used over here in the 1800s, and latter profoundly pushed in the 1900s, as far as their timeline of their fake world. And so also in South America, but I've been places down there, and there's many Negroes, if we're going to use that terminology, down there. So when you see the racism based on these idiots who go to prison, you see the disdain for either the disfranchisement and disenchantment of their true history, a bunch of niggas who don't know no better because they've been following these alphabet monkeys, all right, who created these organizations to steal them away from who we were heritageally, to make this fictional out of Africa bullshit, and also to push this you're raised an ideology that is no more than the complexity of hyper bullshit. Do I need to break it down some further? Do you need to hear me say some more? Do you need me to be poignant in all the bullshit that's floating around today? So when we want to get into the semantic of things and get all into the phenotypes and all this other magical, whimsical bullshit, I just designed a t-shirt pro bono with the leadings of doing business. No sit up for free.
Jason Knight is 5.
Man, what the fuck? Leading doing business. No sit up here and design thing. Let's say no, they ain't us. Hey, Max B, man, don't come on here with that bullshit, brother. You spoke and sent me an email that was ugly. That's not me. I introduced you to brothers on here that do music. Don't do that, bro. Don't even do that. Don't tell me who is and who isn't. All right, brother? Because obviously you don't know. I don't want to hear that hate bullshit and all that because of where you live at, and I've said that over and over. Do not come over here with that motherfucking bullshit, G. Well, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is not about white and black and all that fake ass shit. So if you have some emotions over there that's bothersome, you can take it over there, brother. Because see, over here, we don't do that shit. It's not about all this come together shit. It's about educating the people, not in stupidity that's on these lands right the fuck now. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, you was agreeing with me? You said, no, they are not. Who is, oh, no, they're not to? Who is that to? All right, no, they're not. It's a contradiction of what the fuck I'm saying, brother. So if you're going to say something, be careful of how you deploy it. All right, respect. With all due respect, brother. Because see, I'm solid in this shit. This is what the fuck I've been doing all my life. Traveling, conversing, seeing documents, papers, and reading tons of fucking information. Now, a lot of them ain't. But God damn it, there is no they are not unless I'm explicitly explaining it. With due respect, brother. As I said, Kiramil is motherfucking like my cousins. All right? And they ain't no motherfucking Spanish bloodline or some new creation. Because even Spain is a motherfucking made up narrative. I've been all through that motherfucker. Hiking the mountainsides, meeting families, eating all kind of weird shit. In the fucking 80s, all right? All through South America. No sitting on the beach in tiki huts, drinking and getting fucking stupid and fucking all the place, all over. Meeting people. The gods of Eden. Y'all need to wake up and remember who the fuck you are and look deep within yourselves. I'm not telling you to run around accepting every fucking body that says this, but if I'm expressing something and I'm reading it, it's not because everything is a fact, but what I'm expanding on is the reality of the situation that's got everybody so complicit and being fucked up. The gods of Eden, William Bramley. Second guess my knowledge, question it, won't give me a directive as if it's something that it's not. Learn how to agree appropriately. I don't need to agree. I'm here to teach. That's what the fuck I chose not to do until I realized I meant to do it. And I don't like teaching shit because I don't even like the word teaching. I'm cultivating us together so that we learn how to walk side by side. But there's a lot of people in this world who have no fucking clue, and it's up to us to inform us, up to us to fucking inform them. Nobody else can do it. We can have all the so-called professors and everybody who's coming forward and saying this, Jane Elliott, fucking whatever that news reporter motherfucker is, and all these other individuals. But they're going to be eloquent in the dynamics. As you see, they all say Africa as if everybody came to that motherfucker, which is false. But until people know different, that's why I said you can go and look for these people. They're not hidden in Georgia, Virginia, Florida, Louisiana, and ask them, hey, what's your birth certificate say? And the ones who want to be honest will say, it says black and Negro. It says one or the other, Negro or black. I am dead ass serious. That's what I need people to do. To get out there and see. The problem is we get into this. And I hate liberals. I really do. Liberal minds, not the person. All right? Because they're around these motherfuckers being all open and everything is fine, but they're dealing with some of the most turbulent racist motherfuckers who are secretive. I lived amongst these monkeys. And these niggas who consort just to fill some physical or false desire. And I'm looking at them like, this is not me. Why am I affluent around these motherfuckers? It was meant for me to learn and to remove myself. And I never felt so much better when I did. Now I love the chaos. Don't get it fucked up. Man, there's 1,000 more fucking stories to go with it. We have no time, nor no place appropriate enough to discuss all them goddamn stories. That's why I'm grateful that people that know me come over and they're like, well, this motherfucker walked that line. He was always, and they can share this. People doubt him, and I'm like, that's fine. But when it comes down there, remember I was expressing this about the chinos. I hate that term. That's one of the pale skins terminology. Something, not no shit we made. I really despise the terms that they made. Because if you look at the terms they made, it divides everybody and it keeps everybody at each other's motherfucking throats. And I'm so tired of that. We don't even need their little fucking magnified works of foolishness and fuckery. But you see it right now. I need for people to dismantle that bullshit. It don't mean going, hey, how you doing, my pale brother? No, hell no. A lot of them motherfuckers, man, they gotta earn their motherfucking worth. But when it comes to these motherfuckers running around doing the dumb shit, they're killing themselves more than anything. Always talking about us. The problem is, the system is designed to keep people divided. And I'm out here telling motherfuckers, it don't mean you gotta live with each other. You need segregation for real. But you need to have a parliament of nurturing aptitudes, of moral subjugation, all the fucking way around. And if people don't want to abide, then you need to lash out with the uttermost of fucking violence. And I don't advocate violence. Because most motherfuckers that act some kind of way, it's all it is a fucking act. And I'm tired of them weak niggas too. I don't give a fuck about feelings. So when it comes to this, A lot of them motherfuckers are family and they just as fucking ignorant. That's where I was going. A lot of them motherfuckers are down there killing each other up. Even some motherfuckers that have been dropped off there. But some are being raised, stolen from the fucking families that have been murdered, killed each other. They making brothers and cousins kill each other. They're picking the most craziest motherfucker, hyping them up drugs and making them dead ass hitmen. Do anybody of y'all know that? A lot of them are your fucking family. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Two distinct peoples. But they all mingle with each other. Don't get it fucked up. It's in the paintings. It's in the fucking on the walls. It's in the caves. Now, number one, when we got into the Homo sapien bullshit, the oldest surviving creation stories were written circa 4,000, 5,000 BC. It is more likely that a true record of mankind's creation would survive 5,000 to 25,000 years than it would survive 295,000 years or more. We know that's just ridiculous because there are things far older than that. These motherfuckers use years and time frames as a perversion to keep people running around in some mythical circle without looking for the truth anywhere. Now, number two, if the Sumerians were describing the creation of Homo sapiens, all right, that's why I always say Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. It's a play on terminologies, which one was removed. Okay, listen. Latter events described in Mesopotamian tablets fall within a more plausible time frame. Now, the Mesopotamians, for three, Mesopotamians themselves were members of the subspecies Homo sapiens sapiens. Were they? I think Homo sapiens and Homo sapiens sapiens are made up terminology, but regardless, they were primarily concerned with how they themselves had come into existence. In their various works, ancient Sumerians depicted hairy animal-like men who appeared to be a more primitive species of Homo sapiens. Now, the Sumerians clearly viewed those primitive men as an entirely different race of creature. You see them motherfuckers walking around. Now, I don't know what some of them niggas was that went and fucked them women. I really don't know what was on the mindset. As I stated, there was a period of time, and we can't even fathom how long ago. Okay? Some of our people tampered with things and did things and made things that people are hidden, were not privy to. They manipulated. You think our people didn't want to get into creating shit, feeling like the term gods, who from their higher self lowered themselves into a place of destitution, where occultism came in and the destruction of a grand, wonderful land of cities and everything else, and therefore those people had to go unabided, and became what was known today as the Semitic people, who put themselves away, who turned themselves off. That means went into a slumber, still capable of violence and everything. And a great people who did not want nothing to do with any land because of the destruction they brought. See, this is where we get lost in translation. Okay? And they fuck with nature and something outside. But see, nobody wants to believe that there's more to this earth, because this is the only thing that's significant to you is what you perceive and what you conceptualize based on what you've been given. It's bigger than what you can even fucking imagine. And how well can you put the pieces together? That's what I need y'all to do, to read, to put shit together. Fuck your feelings and emotions. Destroy them. And become what you're supposed to be. The most highest of intelligence. Intellectuality. Become what you're supposed to fucking be. All right? You think all this awake and woke came out of nowhere? Motherfucking enemy pushed that shit and y'all just gravitated to it. I'm woke. I've awakened. No, you motherfuckers are still slumbering. If the Mesopotamian creation stories are based upon, see the terms they use, creation story. The Mesopotamian story is not about creation. Creativity and those things that were done that never were meant to be done, which even that is hidden from the people. For those of you who may have the books on the stones, have you ever actually sat down and started studying how they came up with breaking down cuneiform? you know, that damn T. I call it, you know what I call it? Golf tees. I hate the fucking terms they've come up with. All right, for these languages. This is fucking bullshit. But anyway, have any of y'all ever looked at some of that? And then look at how they say the EA and all that kind of stuff in the direction, and then start looking at them and start allowing yourself by their definition of how they have phonetically broke down these so-called damn, I can't even get the word out. You know what I'm talking about, cuneiform, whatever the fuck it's called. Any of y'all ever seen in those books how I think it's in the back, or how they have how the what's supposed to mean what, and then start studying to actually have an understanding of what a word is, or what it means, like animals and different things like that, buildings and shit like that. Have any of y'all ever looked at that stuff and then go back and start looking at the hieroglyph and then starting the things step out as the words? You got to remember that these people didn't put shit correctly. They put it so that way you will see it as they want to put it. Now, when I tell you that they've always had a way to break down the hieroglyphs, but they have to lie to the people to keep the lie going. That's why I say it's important to leave shit alone unless you come across literature that might allude to something else. Because there's plenty of literature out there about the cuneiform community. I can't even get the fucking word out, y'all. I don't know why I can't. Cuneiform. I hate that fucking word. Do y'all even know what the word means? That's why I detest it. Hold on. I'm going to go over here because I don't need all those things to line up and go all shooting across because it's too much. I think I've got like 5,000 tabs open and it takes about almost 2 minutes, a minute and a half. Okay, here we go. Cuneiform, I believe it is. If I remember right. Cuneiform, something like IE. So, okay, here we go. Cuneiform, I was pretty much right. Is a logos syllabic script that was used to write several languages of the ancient Near East. Several goddamn languages. They state. So if you think that they're going to sit there and they're going to have 2 golf tees, golf tee, slash, golf tee, 3 golf tees down, dark line, 3 golf tees up, and tell you that means, man, these people got y'all bought and sold. Okay, so again, Homo sapiens sapiens, we did a lot of shit back there that never was meant to be done. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, that is the truth, and that's caught up, and our people pushed themselves away because they saw themselves as a curse to the land. Not a curse, but a curse to the land because of their overachievement. They went against the natural order. The first ones to do it. And we have been paying ever since, but you see these idiots who want to come in and play us, you see they've caught the same fucking disease. And nobody's even paying attention because nobody can piece it together and break it the fuck down. And when I tell you that our people were able to control things, if you want to say spirits and entities, and things outside of this paradigm, nobody wants to accept that unless they're telling you a story because of H.G. Wells and some alien shit. When I tell you there are life forms that we didn't respect. And you don't have to believe that shit either. It's up to you to do the research and whatever you choose to find. You know why I'm serious about this? We're standing at a global intoxication, a purification, and death, and more chaos than you can even imagine. And a lot of you have not seen fucking war. You have not seen shit blow up. You have not been laying there wondering where your fucking leg is and is there anybody around to help you or tie off yourself with tourniquets and all that. No, you motherfuckers are running around on thoughts and feelings and you don't have no fucking clue what's about to fucking transpire all the fuck around you. No. Remarkably, that is precisely what happened. The anthropological record reveals that Homo sapiens sapiens appeared on Earth abruptly, not gradually. Abruptly, not gradually. Fucking abruptly. That means F. Clark Howell and T.D. White, you should look into that. All right? You should really look into F. Clark Howell and T.D. White, okay? Of the University of California at Berkeley had this to say. These people, Homo sapiens sapiens, and their initial material culture appear with seeming suddenness. Just over 30,000 years ago, probably earlier, in Eastern, then in Western Europe. And if we've been here over 115, 30,000 years, we're not even the Homo sapien. Are you paying the fuck attention? We've been fucking with shit that we wasn't supposed to be fucking with. The Grand Tartary, the Republic Tartary. Niggas rebuilt all that shit after the so-called Civil War that my great-great-uncles I knew fought in, right? That was a remembrance to my great-grandmother, who said you need to learn this language, you need to know who you are, but you're the eldest, and what the fuck is that? I didn't know, I was too young, because my grandma didn't want me saying none of that shit. You going to church, nigga, I need you to be different from who you were supposed to be. That's gone. That's what you say. The old world is dead. I'm serious. But I held on to the shit. See, I have love for my ancestors and the people living. Unlike today, these motherfucking ratchet ass knucklehead niggas in every fucking body. So I don't ask for respect, I give it. And in turn, motherfuckers, you're gonna give it. You better believe that shit. Or you can get the fuck going. So when I used to, in the 70s and 80s, when I used to sit there talking about Tartary, getting my ass busted upside the head and everything else, all right? And I knew I was fucking correct. Because I knew they weren't lying to me. We rebuilt all that shit. And yet these Mongols want to sit here running around, hey, who is it? What's your tribe of DNA with their retarded motherfucking selves? Okay? I'm not just speaking with, I'm speaking with fucking authority. I'm telling you to fucking research shit and pay attention. That's how serious the fuck it is. And don't listen to their fucking time frames. They may be close, but as I said, there's a group of fucking people, and they call themselves Ashka fucking Nazis. They're not out. They're not from here. The mystery of this abrupt appearance, unless some niggas did something somewhere and they had them brewing somewhere in some dark cave and they came up and then went raining havoc in secrecy. Because we all got along just fucking fine. You ever thought about these things? Sacrifices and human sacrifices. I believe a lot of that shit was wrote in. But you see it today. It's a reversal. Remember? Backwards, reverse, upside down, inverted. Is that so complicated? Anyway, the mystery of this abrupt appearance is deepened by another puzzle. Why did the more primitive Neanderthal man go with that shit? Now we had some fucked up, weird looking motherfuckers walking around. Don't get it fucked up. And I mean for real, when I saw some of them pictures, I was saying some of this shit gotta be made up. Niggas heads down here and the women with the ass look like a goddamn a flower pot round, like weird shit. Shoulders as broad as a man. Come to find out, supposedly, there's pictures with the bones like this shit. Like some weird shit, like experiments went fucking bad. Okay? I didn't see them, I wasn't there. Okay? What you need to be paying attention to is right now, and question the hard questions. Ask the hard questions. Why? Don't ponder them. Don't be prolific in the why. Why? And then allow yourself to see what the fuck you should see that's all around you. Who would want to undo the natural order of this state? Now, people have a hard time accepting the fact that when I tell people we didn't come from this land either. We came from somewhere else. What the fuck you mean? Oh, but here it is, Antarctica. All the same things are out there. And nobody, did any of y'all look at those videos that are out showing swimming under the fucking Antarctic wall? Antarctica, let's say that. Well, those people got an issue with motherfucking flat earth shit. And did you see some of the pictures? Like the motherfuckers was frozen yesterday? I only asked you to have a look. Anyway, Neanderthal man, Homo sapiens Neanderthal. And listen to this: Homo sapiens Neanderthalnesis. It's always the isses and isms and anyway. Suddenly vanished at the same time that modern Homo sapiens appeared. Evolution is not that fast. Messrs. Howell and White pondered this question and concluded the utter, almost abrupt disappearance of Neanderthal people remains one of the enigmas and critical problems in studies of human evolution. And the Encyclopedia Britannica concurs, the factors responsible for the disappearance of the Neanderthal peoples are an important problem to which there is, unfortunately, still no clear solution. The Neanderthal, by definition, were a pale-skinned race of people. Who said they fucking disappeared? You still see these motherfuckers all over if you want to believe in that. In the narrative of Neanderthal. Man, I done saw some videos of some hairy-ass women getting bucked down by black motherfuckers. I mean, melanated mother. And I'm sitting there going, what? If he's dropping seed in that, what's going to come out? Well, there are pictures showing you the children that come out. And they look like these motherfuckers now. Not all of them. But you can go and see the shit. You can go. I probably can Google this shit. Let's finish this last little part here. The Sumerian creation stories do offer a clear solution to the riddle, but it is one that many people would have a difficult time accepting. The sudden appearance of Homo sapiens sapiens, accompanied by the abrupt disappearance of Neanderthal man, was caused by intelligent intervention. It might be conjectured that Neanderthal man was either exterminated or hauled off the earth to make room for the new slave race, and perhaps to prevent breeding between the two subspecies. And didn't happen. They fucked. Whatever the precise, excuse my language, but yeah, truth of this might be, we do know two facts with certainty. Modern anthropology, they say certainty, they want to grab you right in, take that with a grain of salt, all right? All right, has discovered a sudden replacement of Neanderthal man with modern man. And Mesopotamian records state that intelligent planning by an extraterrestrial race lay somewhere behind that dramatic event, very possibly. In chapter 2, we discuss the fact that humans appear to be spiritual beings animating physical bodies. Now, the spirit seems to be the true source of awareness, personality, and intelligence. Without a spiritual entity to animate it, a human body would be little more than a reactive animal or dead. Now, the people of ancient Mesopotamia thoroughly understood this critical fact when they mentioned a spiritual being in connection with the creation of Homo sapiens. You have slaughtered a god together. Listen to this now. You have slaughtered a god together with his personality, spiritual being. I have removed your heavy work. I have imposed your toil of man. Custodial rulers knew that they needed to keep spiritual beings permanently attached to human bodies in order to animate those bodies and make them intelligent enough to perform their labors. And in the clay god, a spiritual entity, and man, physical body of Homo sapiens, shall be bound to a unity brought together so that to the end of days, the flesh and the soul, which in a god have ripened, that soul in a blood kinship be bound. That's actually a chant too. Some kind of metaphysic thing. I'm not here to discuss that. Y'all would not understand it. I don't give a fuck what you study, gematria, and it's not meant for you. But anyway, that right there in itself is partially made the fuck up. As we have read, they want to attain that which they cannot. That's why I said there are different places where people go. Hence the term Dante's Inferno, which is some made up shit, but on what vernacular? For who? Remember, we'll get these two later on with the 100 years of lynching. I joke and play, but I'm very serious about this. Dead ass. Because I don't have to do it. Beloved, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? My apologies if I offend you, but this is who I am. I'm like the elders of yesteryear. I'm very stern. I'm very strict on this shit. You dig what I'm saying? As a child, age 7, dreamed thousands of probably even fly up ground and go somewhere. It's good to fly. I fly all the time in my dreams. I be soaring up above pines that are so tall and cypresses, and see willows that look like spider webs hanging off of trees, moss. And sometimes when I'm flying, I go down and look in people's windows and see them all happy. And then I go on another one and it's dark. And I know not to look any further. That business will be rendered to. Flying, you ever been flying and you flying through when I was young, I used to be flying. And flying through, because they took the light poles, the power lines, and they put them above ground, and then they moved them back underground. I didn't get what that was all about, but when they moved them up ground, I used to fly down the middle of the street with the trees and see the other birds and be flying up and over the lines and feeling the energy, and then fly to the parks and over the big parks, the fields. I hate that word park, but that's what we're gonna say. And the grass and the mountains and the mounds. Whenever I can, if I can do it now, I do it. You know what I mean? If I'm going to sleep and I feel like I want to fly, I think flight. I'm always using this side. Lay back. And next thing you know, sometimes I'm in a goddamn airplane, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like I go, and there ain't no Matrix and Superman running with that weird wind shit. No. It's quiet. It's silent. Silencio. And it's the most provocative thing. You dig? I got you, beloved. All right. I got you, brother. Caramel, hey, what's going on, beloved? Herbo, what's going on, beloved? I got you. Oh, you okay. Vice Emerson. It's good to see you all up in here. Yeah, don't get it wrong, y'all. I just had to, sometimes when I see things, I pay attention to all things. And we have to hold each other accountable. And this is different. I'm not these other goopy motherfuckers always talking about Biden and Trump and the black conservative and all this other fuckery and the Hodge twins and blah, blah, blah. I'm not with none of that shit. It's informative shit for those who want to be informed to it. It's entertainment to me. Okay? My thing is we need to handle shit, and we need to handle it on a different platform. Right now, they still got our women, the Berry Boy 18, what's going on, beloved? We still got people running around pushing fucking goofy ass music. Who's that one girl? One time, my coochie's this, and they're young, and you would say, well, wasn't you young one time? We wasn't doing no retarded shit like that, niggas. This shit shows that these motherfuckers have done their MK shit, and they have pushed it, utilizing the best of our motherfucking abilities, and made niggas stupid. Okay? Oh, what's going on, Tribe, baby? What's going on, Alfred? What's going on, beloved? And I don't want to get into that, because I don't like talking about the alphabet peoples. I really don't. I really kind of don't give a fuck to what they're doing. I need you to do something that will counter it at every step you fucking move. All right? Dig what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? We talk all day about motherfucking shit. And if you're not doing something to better, and to be an inoculation against some shit, all right, because they're going to inoculate you with some shit that ain't going to be beneficial or good. But if you don't self-inoculate your shit with some real frequency vibration change, they had a thing come out talking about the CIA how they were using certain sound on certain operators to bring balance within them, even though they were going to have them do some perverse shit. And in the places where they're at, underground, they have them in the dirt with copper, some shit under the ground to make them stronger. Hey, Softly Song, how you doing? For some reason I can no longer air the thing off the ground. Yeah, I put it in the back of my mind. No, appreciate it, loved one. And so these people are moving around, they don't have knee and back problems, and kidney and liver functions, and palpitations of the heart, and magnesium lowering, and potassium problems, and they're not eating the shit you eating. They're not worried about these goofy motherfucking niggas who are the front face for these fake scientists and this goddamn BlackRock and Vanguard and all these motherfuckers who are fucking with your so-called sustenance because you haven't equipped yourself because of the perversions all around you to be able to not eat. When I was telling people, you can eat fruit, certain fruit, and just get the minerals. All right, but it has to be a multitude of different kinds of fruits and stuff. One sitting that your body flushes itself and starts resetting to take those minerals and turn it into protein and testosterone and bioflavonoids. All these things, your body is a furnace. Your soul is the fire. And you still have these doubting niggas, oh man, I'm gonna eat my steak. Oh man, I eat my chicken. Motherfucker. And they tell me the Aborigines, and that's just not even indigenous to this fucking land. And they can't make sense of it. So we keep buying shit packaged and bottled the fuck up without seeds because they have perverted everything. Now I broke to you the reality of the watermelon. It's a female and a male. But one still will produce seeds, even though the male is full of seeds and gets big as fuck. The female can get big seedless one too, but there are seeds in it. There's white. So the white ones are more like eggs. So if you vine cross-feeding them motherfuckers and the bees and shit pollinating, you will have a whole lot of seeded watermelon. And the ones that are females, you would think that they become the males, which is kind of like what it is. Or they birth a whole bunch of them, the seeded ones, to keep growing the male ones. You see what I'm saying? Just know this. So yes, it was done by man. Just like the fucking maize, the corn. If not millions of fucking years ago. All right, people? Stop using their time. The enemy even has their own people. They can't even stand their own fucking peoples. Or whatever the fuck they want to call them. But you were never meant to be a motherfucking subject to these bastards. And here it is. They used our people, all our greatness, to manipulate and maneuver all the world, and the world run around still with animosity at us, and you don't even know fucking why. Because you don't know who you truly are. And I mean how great you are, and how back in remembrance you go. And until you wake the fuck up, and even them motherfuckers performing them dirty jobs, unless they have solely given themselves over. All right? It's nothing but love, though. Trust me. I love hard. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the donations. No internet, so I wouldn't know if you did. They'd be able to shout you out. My apologies. I'm gonna go and see if anything arrived. Decided maybe something may have arrived or something. I didn't get no notifications like Gmail. Well, I turned the notifications off, all of them. Phone still rings though. I left that one on. Let me get out here, grab me another watermelon, check my mail, and I'll be back and get myself situated. Make me some watermelon juice. I didn't have none today. I've been eating. I haven't been drinking nothing. Just eating watermelon, and my rise tea. My rise coffee or whatever you want to call it. My mushroom stuff. And get back, and we're gonna keep it going. All right. I would scare my dog entering the room. She'd jump up like, "Hey, don't be sneaking up on me." You used to. Don't say used to. You still can. Go in there. When you get ready to go to sleep, I always say lay on your back. It's the best way. Even to sleep. Face the north. Okay? Lay on your back, facing the north. Your feet facing the south. And think fly. I don't care if you go dark, 0 dark 60, blacked out. And also know that you're going to remember and you will fly. Okay? How many times people have been flying or jump off of something and fall and hit the motherfucking ground? You ever thought that how did you get to the point to fall on the ground? Now, it's one thing if you know you ran out of bed. I remember one time I fell and hit the ground, and I remember I was laying the other way, and Mom said, well, you probably rolled that way out. And I said, okay, I rolled 2 body lengths out my bed. to fall on the fucking floor. The way I fell on the floor, hard on my side, not like off the bed, boom. Because if I fall off the bed, I land on my front. Because I was in the military, boat rocking and shit, and I was sleeping on the box. Boom, woke up, damn it, and then jumped back in there before somebody fell out because I forgot to put my straps up, you know. So I know what it's like to fall out some shit. No, man, I remember one time I fell and hit the ground. I felt like I fell from high up. I was on the ground going, oh, damn, what the fuck? I think I was like 15, 16. Oh, what the fuck? And I was no wild sleeper. Everybody always come check me because they think I'm dead. Is he breathing? My wives, the Christian wives, used to be like, I could hear him over me, listening. Because they said, boy, you ain't snoring. Or you making sure you breathing. Both of them. When I was in the military, they used to walk by my thing with the curtain closed, because they were going to say, hey, if I wanted to pull somebody's watch for them because they had to do something or whatever had to happen, I'm like, and they walk by and they were, oh, he ain't in there because everybody's snoring and I'm dead asleep. They call them coffins. So I should be like, no, I was in there, it's a coffin. Dead ass serious. That's what we call our bunks in the Navy, coffins. Many people have went into the Davies locker, into the drink. I never came out their coffins, okay? So, yeah, fuck you up, y'all. What the hell, right? Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming in. Nothing but love and respect. That's the way I talk, bro. When I'm serious about something, come on, man. Sometimes we got to think about remember I said 5 days ago, I said, when you go and write something, make sure you know what you're writing. And you might think, okay, well, Red was offended. No, I was like, what the fuck? This is like the third goddamn thing, bro. 3 strikes, mother. You see what I'm saying, brother? Clean that shit up. All right? It's number love. Don't get a hair up your ass. Ask a question. Subjugate yourself to something with the brothers and sisters. But don't. And be mindful of how you state something. It doesn't mean that people don't know. Some of us act like we know everything and we don't know shit. And that's what I've been dealing with a lot lately. Oh, do you know everything? No, I don't know nothing. I know exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to know, though. It's a big difference. All right, let me get the fuck off of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. And don't go sending a message, bro, trying to explain yourself. Don't do it. We can have a live. I can have a podcast. I can bring you on. You can clarify yourself, brother. All right, beloved? You did it here. I'm cool. But this is who the fuck I am. All the way through and through. All right? The shit is serious. I have to take it serious. I have to be one up on this shit. And so when I make a statement, and if you ain't here and you don't hear it, and you come up, somebody comes out the gate, then I'll be the motherfucker to put the Greyhound back in the gate. And don't necessarily mean I'm gonna reset the fucking rabbit either. It's not a game. Give a fuck who you are, where you from, who you think you are, how you are. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing to me. Let me get the fuck up out of here so we can get back and put this motherfucker on charge. I think it's at 23. And my beloveds, I love you, man. Don't get it fucked up. But then I sit here and entertain that bullshit and tell you to keep doing whatever it is you're doing like it's all fucking right, and it's not. That's who the fuck I am. And some. I'll charge this motherfucker up too before I get out of here. Yeah, I'm going out. Don't be looking at me like I'm all retarded. Again. Oh, you got me. I got you. Appreciate that. Snoo, baby girl, tell your friend thank you. She did something that was just remarkable. All right. Got you, Ron. Got you. I think I hit you up on the live that day. And so I have to remind myself, because sometimes I might repeat myself. And I appreciate you guys, all right? Let me get the fuck off of here and get out of here. And we're going to come back and we're going to get some more good reading in. Probably see me sucking on some more watermelon. I just love that shit, bro. I don't know what it is, man. I got tired of sitting off the side looking at it while I'm doing the live. No, I'm going to eat it in front of you. Just deal with it. But let me get out of here. Remember, love and respect. Trust that. All right? Beloved sisters, my brothers, 2 on the 1. And I'll see y'all here in a couple hours. Peace.